Hey, welcome back. In previous video, we learned about route handler. Now, in this video, we will learn how to build the API to get the data, to create the data, to update the data, and delete the data. And for that, here we'll use all these four HTTP method: get, post, put, and delete. If you have followed my previous video where I created this product route segment, which uses fetch method to fetch the product data from this API endpoint. So here in this section, instead of this API endpoint, we will use our own API endpoint that here we will define. So in previous video, we created the API endpoint API/products, and when we click on send, it returns a single product. You can see here. But here we need a collection of products or a collection of objects so that we can render those products on this product page. Now let's do that. So here in route.ts file, specify the get function or get method, and this get method will return the collection of object or collection of products. So right now we have not connected to a database, or we are not configured this Next.js product for database. So we will perform in memory option where we will create a array of products. So go here in the app folder, create a new folder and name it data, and within this folder create a new file, name it product data.ts, and here we will store our array of products. So let's export and name it products, and it is the array of products. Now let's specify the first product. So for that, I will go to the website fakestoreapi.com, and from here I will grab the product. So let's grab the product. Now come back here, paste here. I don't need this rating thing, so remove this one. Now we have created an array of products. Let's go back to route.ts file, and from here JSON we will return that product. So remove the single products and specify the products. Now open the Thunder client and make a get request. So this is the API endpoint, and click on send. You get the product that we have added as a product of array within the product data.ts file. Now this is our API endpoint. So we created this API endpoint to retrieve all the products. So let's copy this API endpoint, go to the product page, and within the fetch method specify this API endpoint. Now let's go back in the browser, and you can see the single products that we have added. Let's add more product to that array. So grab the second product, go to product data.ts file, and here specify the second products and remove the rating. And now let's go back in the browser. We can see we have two products. So here, using the get method, we retrieve all the products and then shown on the page. Next, let's see how to use this post handler to add or create a new data on the server or in the product of array that we have created. So let's go to Thunder client and make a new request, and here the request type is post, and request is made on the endpoint http localhost API/products. And now from here we are sending a new product data. So I'm going to the fake store API and grab the third product and come back here and paste it here. I don't need this rating thing, so remove this, and we don't need ID here because we are not sending the hard-coded ID. We will generate that, and let's click on send, and when we click on send we get the status code 405, which means we have not defined this post method at this endpoint. So let's define that. Now here specify export async function, and the function is the post function or post method. Here we will implement the logic to add the data to the database or to the server or to the product data.ts file that we have created. Now let's go back again and click on send again, and we get 500 internal server error. Now here I want to tell you that how we are going to receive this JSON data into this post method. So for that, next is saying this post method accept a parameter called a request which contains all the details about the request are made to this post method. So here the type of this request method is a next request, which is coming from the next server. And now to grab that data, you can call request.json, and using this we can grab the data that we are sending through the body of this API endpoint. Now we will await this data because it can take some time, so we will wait, and let's store this data into a body name variable. Now let's return the title of the product. So here specify return response.json and then specify here body.title like this. Now let's go back to Thunder client and click on send, and we get the title of the product. So through this body dot you can access all the properties. Now let's go back again and click on send, we get the price of the product. Similarly, you can also access the description of the products. Go back, click on send, you get the all description. Now let's create a new product data, const new product, specify all the product detail that we want to add. So first one is the ID. So here ID of the product will be products.length. We are getting the length of the array products, and then we will add +1. After that, specify a title of the product which is equal to body.title. Similarly, description of the product which is equal to body.description. Then price of the product equal to body.price, and category of the product which is equal to body.category. And lastly, image of the product which is equal to body.image. Now let's add this receive product detail to the product of array. So call products.push and then specify the new product, and after that send the response. Copy this one, paste here, and return the added product which is the new product. And then when we create a new data, we need to send the status code 201. So to send the status code, specify object status as 201 within this response.json method like this. So let's go back and make a request again, and now you can see status code 201 and we get the added product. Now let's see the added products. So again make a get request to this endpoint and click on send, and you can see here the third product that we have added. Now let's go back in the browser and we can see the third products. Here to add a data or to add a product or to add any information on the server or database, you need to specify the post handler or post HTTP method which accept a parameter request of type NextRequest, and to grab all the detail or all the data that you are sending through the API endpoint, you can use the JSON method which is provided by this request object. And then here we have created a new product, and after that using the push method of the array we added that new product to the product of array. And finally we are sending the response where we are sending the added product and then sending the status code as a 201 which indicate product is successfully created. Now next we have the two HTTP method put and delete, and as you know you can update or delete a single product or single data. So for that there is another concept in Next.js called dynamic route handler that we will see in the next video, where we will implement the logic within the put and delete HTTP method to update or delete the product. So I hope that you understand how to use the get and the post HTTP method in Next.js to get the data and to create a new data. So at last I want to say don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel, and thank you.